I'm back. Don't shit talk Shanna, she'll kill your stream. No. I like Chandra. I like Chandra. She's fine. She's fine. Ha ha ha. Wódka jest mrożona. Mac McVetti. Can have your Patreon linked. Well, I wonder what he offers. Broscon Vogue, Free Bushwalker, Regal Leozor. I watched a little bit of day one of Dallas. And there was a moment when what's the guy's name? Brian the Candy was playing on a combo against somebody on Boros Convoke, and the Convoke player was like, now I will kill him. And mutated Regal Leozor onto an Ornithopter, to which the Ornithopter got fatally pushed and the Convoke player lost. So how the fuck do you like play Regal Leozor and not Bushwalker in this deck, bro? It's just so idiotic. It's crazy. Abe Corrigan and blue-white control. Oh, Yorion. 2 absorb, 3 veto. 2 rewind, wow. 4 quenches. How much better would Mana League be than make Sapir chat? Discuss. Brian Boston Jessica Ascendancy. This is the teamy deck. Is it actually good? Way better. Slightly. Mana League is insanely powerful. I think it's insanely powerful, but I think it will be better. Sol Malka. Chat ain't refreshing on stream, Kenny. Okay, thank you. What's the refresh button? Good. Hello, how was your weekend, Bitgosh? I won an RCQ, so it was a good weekend. Play with Champions deck? No. Joe Dixon. Oh no, Joe Dixon is playing a boat. That's crazy. I don't like that. This is your first tournament win this year? Maybe? I mean, depends. If, like, in Plancha, then I probably win 4-0 in Plancha. At some point. Or I'll at least hope to. That is okay. That is the case. I appreciate the MTG Melee for recognizing I need to get help. Where is the get help button? Oh yeah, get help. Get help. Traxa creativity. What a deck. Cosmos Serpento. So the second place sacrifice deck, Mat 4-man. 1 less Croxa. 1 less push, plus win claim, plus win furnace reigns, I guess. Makes sense. Under creativity, this time into gear hulks. Alright, let's look at the amounts. We did look at the amounts. No green is pretty good. What about the FT2? Well, green's been not too bad either. Fucking mono green bros. I'm a bit scared of like mono green fiesta, but probably not gonna happen, so let's not be too scared. Well, let's build a cyborg guide for the decks that we need to face. Rakdos midrange, Nykthos. Blue-white strings, mirror, greasefang, humans, spirits. 5 color, is it creativity? Let's go like past 14 days. Swipe, 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 swipe. What is Timur Indomitable Creativity? Atraxa? Karaoke Incarnation gonna raise in stocks? No, nobody's gonna like actually play it because they've seen it top 8. Or maybe like some people will, but it's not worth paying mind. It's the deck is a little bit unplayable. So fucking bad, ja pierdolę. Yeah, that's... Sounds fair, Mark says. Atarka, Traxa, Koma, nice. This deck, shoulder tells me, Jesus Maria. Incredible. Such an ugly deck. Temporary lockdown looked really good in Dallas. Okay. Play against Rakdos midrange, Mono Green Devotion, Rakdos midrange, Mono Green Devotion, Rakdos midrange, Boros Convoke, Orzhov midrange. Play against Rakdos Orzhov midrange. Actually, Orzhov midrange. Yeah, it's good I don't have Yorion, I guess, in that deck. Ever see a deck so bad you are forced to merely go to sleep? Not really, I mean... I'm just generally dismissive of decks, so... Devotion, Jessica Ascendancy, Rakdos Sacrifice. That's the top 8 person. Auxiliary Spirits. Wow, beat Auxiliary Spirits. Drew, Mono Green Devotion, sure. Alright, let's map this shit out. And also let's check out what's Timur creativity. I guess it's just the warm version is Timur, makes sense. Lots of 2-0 wins, yeah. Rakdos mid. Mono G. Mirror. Lotus, blue-white. Lotus, blue-white control. Greasefang, this is 5 color what? Gris Fang BLT Omnath Keruga Fires Hulk Creativity Worm Create. Alright, let's just say Worm Create. Hulk Create. Oh, they're not even. Oh, whatever. Let's just win before the combo makes 2 columns pointless. No, I want the columns. Human spirits. Alcohol fights conventions. We already have that. Worm creativity. We have practice, monogreen, mirror, lotus, control, grease, fang, BLT, omnath, choreography, soul, creativity, mono, white. Say gruel. Why is it not capped? A panic księży? No, I don't need to sideboard against them. What a Joel Dread. I cut her. Spirits. Okay, anything else? Oh yeah, Boros. Let's put Boros in like a respectable place. Say convoke. Can I like copy the table, extend it for one more? You should be able to, right? How many decks we've got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 decks. That's already so many. And some of them don't even fit on the screen. Let's go Phoenix on the side. Anything else? Can add angels, I guess. Pierdol łódki no wygrał wczoraj, więc warto umieścić, mi się wydaje. Angels. Tracks a Neoform. We have the Gruul deck. It's called Gruul, yeah. Do we have Rakdos Goblins? No, we don't need like angels. You differentiate on the draw and on the play a little bit, but not on the guide. It's an exercise for the reader. I don't actually do that in practice most of the time. So against Rakdos midrange, I think Claim is stinky. I don't want it. That's kind of my important thing to do, and besides that, I don't want to be playing 4 Thoughtseize. But it is different on the play and on the draw. I think Fotsies is not an easy decision on versus Ragdos on the play. Doesn't right click add calm work in dogs? I don't know. I mean, I can. Yeah, I guess it works. Wstaw kolumnę po lewej. Well, that's simpler. Fotsies, I think Fotsies is much better on the draw. I'm much more into Fotsies on the draw and on the play. Are you picking draw versus play versus Ragdoll's mid? I'm going first if they ask me. I'm gonna drop Gigant on that matchup for Me Too Massacres. I've had real good experiences with that. I don't care for Claim the Firstborn whatsoever. It has upsides, but I think those are pretty terrible upsides. And I want Colagons and I want Bankbusters, and those are the good cards that I want to be playing. So that if they're gonna have like a lot of Hidetsugu, then I'll keep Fotsies. They have Hidetsugu and Mituk on their own, I guess. So the 6. It's gonna be total, and you're gonna also have to make it 6, so you can board in one Obi Sneak series. Some people like that. We could have it be a claim. We can do something in this. It's fine. On the draw, Fotsies is like better, but I still wouldn't want more than 2. And it's an option to cut Blood Tide Harvester. 2, especially if they're stomping. Sometimes the card is just not too good in a top deck situation. And we definitely want those 5 for sure. We can see, let's say, I one Harvest them. You have found claim to be good against Ragdoll's mid. Okay, I have found your analysis to be extremely surface level and unsatisfying for me. Which might sound a little bit unkind, but it's not that Claim the Firstborn doesn't do good things against Ragdas. It is that I don't want to have a deck that's easy to be picked apart by their interactions on my effects. I want to have effects that are broad, good against good when taken apart by Fotsies in general. I don't want to Claim the Firstborn because then I make myself vulnerable to discard. I want Reconer Bankbuster because then it's just more consistent. Whether it's stealing with claim even. I can seal like can seal Harvester, which self-sacrifices, so like that's fine. They keep Harvester, some people cut Harvester. But you can steal, I don't know, Fable tokens or something. You cannot steal Shouldered either, which is like the premier killed monster, and it just doesn't really matter all that much to kill their small monsters. Because Cut Oven just does a good way of blanking their shitty monsters. OTP, OTD is on the play, on the draw. I guess Mono Green, I've played a good amount, and I think I've been destroying my chances of winning for a long time. I've been cyborging too much against Mono Green, and I think your deck isn't too bad against Mono Green. It's not gonna be a favorable matchup, but you should leave it pretty close to where it stands. Where is the deck? Here. They bought out Harvester in Fear of Claim. Some people at least do that, yeah. Not all, but some people do that. Some people also like Obi's Nixilis against them, but like on the play I can board in 1, but I don't want 31 2. It's pretty huge risk of not doing anything. Also, it gets worse if you board out claim. Card works much better with claim than it does without. But at the same time, it's also the type of an effect that's the best against decks with no claim, so. What matchups do you want to obs then? I just want ob to pressure the creatureless decks. Creativity and blue-white. Not convinced it's like... It's actually pretty good against blue-white, although sometimes I struggle against Emperor, making tokens and attacking it, but... That's the purpose I want out of it. Against mono green, we just want those 3 cards for sure, and then the duresses are questionable, I think. And I think the cards we can cut, the pool of cards we can cut from against mono green would be like Fable number 1, Fable number 2, Cold and Familiar, Witch's Oven, a Fatal Push, a Witness, a Croxa, maybe a Harvester, but I don't think I want that necessarily. But I do think the best draws against mono green are the ones that get Mayhem Devil, Cat Oven, working in the end. Is up better than more duresses for those matchups. To have a functional deck, you need to have a plan. If I just cast duress 3 times and never do anything, I will... You just can't just have 8 duress and nothing. You have to like follow your duress with something. So yeah, Elb is gonna be better than more duress. You like Croxa against combo deck that flats out board, question mark. I'm not sure if I understand your question. I do like Croxa as an option. I think I will be tending to board out 1 against mono green. I think what I will not tend to be doing is I will not be boarding out ovens and cuts, because I think the best draws include Claim, Furnace Reigns, or Quick, Witch's Oven, Mayhem Devil. It is possible that they will do stuff to you. With Karn, but those are the games that you are gonna be struggling with anyways. And I think you just should try to aim to win the games you can win. Maybe it is like board out 2 Croxa angle against mono green there. I've seen some guys, people cut fail push against mono green a lot, which honestly does make a little bit of sense. I did tend to keep 4 on the draw. So yeah, I will not be trimming Cat Oven against mono green. I think that's what I learned despite whatnot. We could also just trade up board duress for Croxa over Croxa. So probably gonna write down something like that. I think cutting down on 2 Fables, because Fable's kind of meek against them. Yeah, Pulukran's also better if push, was also my thinking. I will have 4 push 3 claim in this scenario, which maybe is a bit of an overkill and maybe pushes me towards having 2 Furnace Reigns over the claim the first one to answer Cavalier properly. We'll see about that. The reason to play Claim the Cyborg to begin with is to be able to board out Thoughtseize for non-embarrassing cards against mono white, which currently we would have 4 cards against them that are not embarrassing because you could board Meat Hook, Cologne's Command Eaten Alive for the Thoughtseize, and I don't mind having Crocs against mono white because that is like that does help. If I can have Bankbuster over Croxa too, I guess. I don't mind to have a Croxa in my deck against mono white because they're gonna board up to some wedding announcements, etc. You're vulnerable to both. Don't you want Colagon as an option to destroy the artifact? Most people don't play both in the main deck anymore. And I think the card is way too bad. It's too situational. Do you really need Massacre against Convoke? We had a positive win rate with Sack versus Mono White and Convoke without any RAV effects. Mono White is a buy with Rending Voice. Well, Mono White is a buy, but like again, doesn't matter. What matters is popularity of the decks. It doesn't matter how good the baseline matchups are, and like what matters is the improvement over the card that you are replacing is. And I think the improvement of Thoughtseize for Meathook Massacre is pretty exquisite. And I like Meathook Massacre against enough decks, Ragdas too, and this plays really well in this deck. Any creature deck, just pow. Really good. I know Giganta, I wish Giganta wouldn't exist so I wouldn't have that struggle, but I really liked Meathooks so far, and I think they make a big enough of a difference. Maybe I'm wrong, but okay, so I'll make it have 2 furnace range because then the cyborg makes more sense. And if we don't have cards that add up against aggro decks, we're gonna think about it later. So we're gonna go here, Mono G, we're gonna go Staw Kolumnę po lewej. We're gonna copy Mono G. And then we're gonna say Mono G OTP. Isn't Path of Peril better against... I'm not gonna play fucking Path of Peril. Why would I play Path of Peril? This is so unhinged. What? Mono G OTD. Alright, so we wanna not cut cuts, not cut ovens. We wanna cut the furnace range in general, so not the furnace range. We're gonna go 2 furnace range, 0 claim. Path of Peril. Path of Peril is so unglued. Like Meathook, have you played with Meathook Massacre Bros in a deck where you sacrifice creatures routinely? It triggers a lot. Well, you just wouldn't board Path of Peril against Ragdas. So yeah, on the play, definitely bringing the duress, killing the elf is of less importance. Definitely Eaten Alive and 2 furnace rains. You just play Path of Peril in the main, I understand you fully. And we're gonna be boarding down on 2 Fables. Mono G's Gdyni, yeah. And we're gonna be boarding on the Croxes, I was convinced. And we need to make 1 more slot on the play card, 1 more push.
Player. A friend of mine played Dallas with Annihilating Glare in the board, maybe a good consider based on her success.
Yeah, I like Eaten Alive more. Thank you for the suggestion, though. I'm gonna cut a Witness on the draw again, maybe? Maybe that makes more sense. Do you have some guidelines on when you want to cyborg differently on play / draw? I think that question is framed maybe a bit oddly to me. You do want to cyber differently on play and draw. Just in general, because the scenarios that unfold like are different scenarios. Let's say like the first 3 turns can like go in a relatively limited amount of ways in a matchup. So an easy example is fail push against Llanowar Elf, I guess. If you have a fatal push against a Llanowar Elf deck on the play, if you have like a push and a sorcery speed 1-drop, playing your sorcery speed 1-drop will mean that you don't get to push the elf at the positive like mana exchange. Instead, you'll do that on your turn 2, and you will lock yourself out of playing a 2-drop. So that's actually a little bit worse, right, than how it is on the draw when your opponent plays their elf and you know they played an elf, so you just play a land and you push it. So you did that thing, you pushed the elf, but you like didn't have to disrupt your curve. What is the lowest number of 1 CMC monsters can support for daily disputes? Claim the Firstborn Furnace Ruins, they do support daily disputes. Widać na studiach za informatycznych nie uważał, no. Nie uważał. So we're gonna do something around that. Maybe I'll fuck around and keep a Croxa against some people, but I don't know. But yeah, don't cut color on familiar oven against mono green is my takeaway from thinking, the weekend, all that stuff. Against the mirror, we probably board Reckoner Bankbuster, as it is a card advantageous card. Congrats on the RSQ win, thanks. What are my thoughts about Furnace Rain versus Karizev's Expertise? Still kinda undecided between those two. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably play Colagon. Seems quite advantageous. And we do play Meathook Massacre, for sure. Some people board Obby's Nixilis against me in the mirror, but I don't quite get that. I think having ample answers to the devil is pretty important, so I keep 2 Clay Meroni. I don't really love Fotsis all that much, but I want to keep some. I want to keep Crocs. I do want to keep Crocs, yeah. Do want to keep all Fable, all Devil. I think Blood-Tide Harvester is pretty low impact in the mirror. It's unlikely to deal damage through cards. Is Eaten Alive better than Claim for the Devil? No, it's not. It's not. You won? I thought you went to a wedding. I went to a wedding on Friday, and then I went to Bydgoszcz during the weekend to play at the RCQs. I played 3 of them, and I won the last one on Sunday yesterday. And Athens. I'm going to Athens tomorrow. I'm flying tomorrow. So this is the last stream ever. There's gonna be no more Kanye streams. Maybe Harvest is like full cat against Sacrifice Mirror. It's kind of terrible. Interesting. Yes, and I play Meathook too. Yeah, probably. Go like say this. If that opens you to being a bit weak to Obby's Nixilis, if somebody has Obby's Nixilis against you. So I'll have to keep that in mind. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good, adds up. Who will take care of the goats? What goats? Against Lotus. Against Lotus, we need to clock them. Cling to Dust doesn't do anything, so we don't want that. We want the Duress, we want the 2 mana 4/4. I'm not sure if we want Obis Nixilis. It's not particularly impactful. They probably will board it in because of the sweepers. They bring sweepers oftentimes. So we're gonna go Suma. No w sumie Suma dobry pomysł. Czy to w sumie tak wpisuje, no masz rację. O, automatycznie się robi, ja pierdolę. A to po polsku mam jakieś Suma? Zajebiście. Kończę odkrywa Excela. Nie no, dziwi mnie, że jest po polsku Suma, a nie Sum po prostu, no. I to, że się automatycznie zrobiło Suma i mi policzyło dotąd, to też było fajne, to nie wiedziałem. A góry masz plik czy file? No kurwa nie wiem co mam, no już spierdalaj Andrzej. Teraz pójdę ci kupię klapki. Po streamie będzie fajnie. So we have 6 removals to cut, so we add Obis Nixilis because of that. Is that Obis Nixilis? Yeah. It's the same as Excel. Well, I know. Also wasn't sure if Bitgosh was a place or some weird broken link. It's a place, it's a city. It doesn't, it's like, I never really realized, but it is true that it is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. It's a 9-letter word with 2 vowels. So Croxa we keep, Daily Dispute, Harvest, Potsies. So we board out Claim the Firstborn. We board out Fatal Push. So we don't have Dumping Sphere or anything like that, but if, you know, if we like look at the combined, where's the RC US? US RC, I closed it. Okay, I've got Dallas. If history is any indication, then people just won't play Lotus Field. Lotus Field combo 4%. Well, that's not too low. Wow, 48%. Jeszcze ustaw, żeby nie dało się ratować twojego shitsa jakby co. No chyba jest ustawione. Tylko dla mnie, prywatny. So we board 6 for 6, so that does add up against Lotus. What deck should I play in Athens? I don't know what you should play, but I'm playing Sacrifice. So also another thought on Shieldred that I had was that Shieldred had her moments. Where is she? It's not in the deck anymore. She had her moments. I was playing Shieldred a little bit. It's a very high variance card, but on top of locking Giganta, I was often boarding out Devils to bring in Shieldred, and that is actually just a pointless thing to do for the most part. Unless kind of against creativity where they can fire impulse your Devil, but they cannot fire impulse your Shieldred, but they can force you to pay 2 more to resolve your Shieldred, and that's just kind of terrible if she gets quenched, so not a fan of that. They have some funny monsters that they bring. I don't know if they bring funny monsters. Like, we've seen the sideboard guide from the guy. Let's see what the random guy did against Sack. Yeah, barely sideboarded. They're not gonna have funny monsters against me. Alright, against blue-white control, we just want... We do want Duress, Bankbuster, Obis, Nixilis. We do want Eaten Alive. It is arguable if you want Colagan's Common as a value card. It's not great in that role. And the amount of removal is pretty unclear. How much removal do we keep? Depends a lot on their deck list. Let's take a look at the random deck list of Cling to Dust versus Delusion for value. It's an option. Probably not a very good one though. I did think about that a little bit, but no, didn't get to a conclusion. So let's look at Abe Corrigan, Azorius Control, right? 4 Shark Typhoon, Chrome Cost Sheet Shark, and the Emperor tokens. I don't mind having 2 push passport against them. For sure, we claim the firstborns. Let's claim the firstborns. This is like a matchup where you trim, like cut oven for value. The sheet sharks were very good, and they bought them all of them against Sack. Yeah, then I'll have more push against. If I see Abe Corrigan on the other side of the table. We need to cut more. This is like actually like a Mayhem Devil 3 matchup. I don't know if I can go like, say 1 and 2 Devil. I mean, like in the dark, like I'll probably cut like 2 1 Devil. And lots of people have some bullshit in their sideboard, Eagle Kakarals, whatnot. Regal Caracals are a bit problematic, maybe, I guess. Benslayers too, but you get to Fotsies them. So I would like look to do something around that. Probably would change it a lot. Depending on what sideboard cards they have. And Greasefang is finally a matchup where Cling to Dust is gonna come. Cling to Dust is not maybe too great. Yeah, the Kahira builds will tend not to have the shark, as shark is not one of the creature types listed on Kahira. I mean, Caracal seems like it could be, like it has, like it's very possible for Caracal to be absolutely horrid and terrible against Mayhem Devil at times. Tapping out for that can be really dangerous. Probably would look to keep for Devil against that then. Deck Phoenix, that's not the true. I guess I'll upload the true deck that we are discussing right now. So let me do that. Is Phoenix an actual deck or is Yenrek coping again? Phoenix is an innately very powerful deck. It gets to play Treasure Cruise. It gets to return Acolyte Phoenix for 0 mana. It does get to play the Temporal Trespass combo. And it is at its best when there is the least graveyard hate, so... And like targeted hate, I guess, versus it, so... Like, it's gonna be good against my list for the most part. I don't really, I just have the duresses against them. No shield reds. Yeah. Well, shield reds are in mid-range. Mid-range is still the most popular deck. I just play sacrifice and shield reds kind of sucked here for me. How did you beat Phoenix? I just attacked with... Just played Thoughtseize and attacked. Like, you can beat people so easily by playing Thoughtseize, bros. Oh yeah, that's when Phoenix can be good. Yeah. Yeah, shoulder existing is like a really big deal for Phoenix. Like, it really... I do think of playing Phoenix in Athens a little bit, but just shoulder existing is a bit too much for me. 2 Fables is correct. I have 4 Fables in this deck. That was a mono green cyber plan. Those were the cards I bought against mono green. I think Fable is not too good against mono green. So yeah, I beat the Endragon Phoenix by casting Thoughtseize and then playing creatures at attack. I remember Phoenix not being able to beat Black Green Sack in Historic. I don't see why Phoenix would be super fair against Red Black here. Well, that's because in Historic, the Phoenix deck was an aggro deck without Treasure Cruise and without like a Time combo. And the black-green deck specifically had a 1-drop that easily outgrew all the reasonable removal that Phoenix could play, which was troublesome for the blue-red deck. In this format, it's just like way different decks. So I don't think the comparison is very relevant. So yeah, against Greasefang, you certainly won't cling to dust. Some people are playing Rending Volleys in Ragdos Sacrifice. That is mostly against Greasefang, with the upside that it doubles against Mono White and against his spirits and decks like that. So I think I will more so like to play Cling to Dust to double against the creativity deck. And what's the main weakness of Phoenix? It's Shouldred and Go Blank. And Unlicensed Heirs and Lotus Field. And the mana base of the deck. 4 Lightning Axe Phoenix is unstoppable. Unfortunately, they play like... Unfortunately, people play Thoughtseize into Shouldred. Spirits had a great weekend. Well, sure. Honestly, the Spirits conversion rate last weekend has me kind of impressed. Where'd you see that? I haven't looked at any Spirits decks really. Spirits 57% win rate, 3%. Pretty solid. Out of all creature decks, Spirits is the best one against Sacrifice probably, because you've got the most trickery available, but I mean, I'm not mad to face Spirits. Do you think it is polite to put cat in an oven? Yeah. So against Greasefang, we do want Cling to Dust. I could play 1 Cling to Dust, 1 Hairs. It would be literally the same, but I think Cling to Dust is kinda better against both Creativity and Greasefang. like easy to keep up 1 mana. They all have natural hairs answers and just tapping out for that shit. BLT instead of BTL Omnav. No, it's on purpose. It's like a joke. We do one Colagon against them. It was against Phoenix. Yeah, Kling is almost not a card against Phoenix, but I don't expect to play against Phoenix more than half a time. Na film na użyłem ograniczenia wiekowe, jestem dostępny tylko w YouTubie. No dobra, dla Andrzeja otworzymy w YouTubie. Is the new Obnix list too bad or slow for this shell? It's too bad. It's not too slow, it's just too bad. It doesn't it doesn't help you win games. So just have Cling, Colagons. There's no point in playing Claim the Firstborn against Greasefang. All of the rest of your deck is okay. Croxa is kind of bad because you often enough just let them discard Parhelion, so you don't really look to do that. So we would like to cut Croxa. That puts me in a spot where I am missing a sideboard card against Greasefang. But I could have... I could have like one... I could have one claim. I could have a Bankbuster. Like Croxa is not giga terrible. I think I'd rather have a Bankbuster than it. Yeah, they do look to grind. Bankbuster also answers Liliana. I think I should probably try to have 2 Bankbusters in my deck. TBH. And I think maybe we can cut an Unlucky Witness. Unlucky Witness has some problems. It doesn't block in this deck, in this matchup too well. And it flipping Fatal Pushes is actually not very useful because you need to keep Fatal Push in your hand to answer the Greasefang when it comes down. Same with Clang. And we're gonna bring in Clang as a way to escape. So that's kind of already done with Croxa too, so we can do it this way. Against Convokers, we won the Meathook Massacre. That's kinda it. We do want 4 Fotsies. Claim the first one is kinda trash. But it's probably better than Croxa. I don't think I need Croxa in this matchup. And it just kinda doesn't do stuff quickly enough. So we're just gonna keep the claims, even if they're medium. Is there anything that can replace the second range that is also good against Fang, since range is only against green? That would be Noxious Grass, possibly. Which is also then actually nice against mono green. But I think Rains versus Noxious Grass versus mono green is a big difference. So that's something to think about. That was like the Noxious Grass brawl. Normally. We definitely keep 4 Fotsies against Convoke. Noxious Grasp. But yeah, Furnace Reigns is a 1 matchup card, but it's like, again, well, that's a bad way to put it. Furnace Reigns is a like 10 to 18% meta card, so it actually is a broader card than Noxious Grasp. Well, not really. But it's a pretty broad card in that sense, right? That's gonna be useful against a broad section of the meta. Athens in what country? Well, do you take a guess? Q on a complete tangent. Anyone know why Athens Championship prize are in USD rather than say EUR? Is it because what you see is a US company, or was it up to LEC and it's what they or the players want? I believe Wizard supplies the winds. So I think that's why that's in US dollars. I thank you, Brittany, for the sacrifice guida. I'm gonna put it on the screen though, so it's gonna leak. Hope you're not concerned about that. You got free familiar for push for Fotsis, free claim. You had 1 Croxa, okay. 22 lands. You board out Fotsis versus red black midrange, which I think is fine. Oh, Faunus range against red black midrange. I really don't like that. Colagons ×2. Obnoxious Grasp, Colagons, okay. Mono green play, cut a push, cut the witnesses. Yeah, it does make a little bit sense. I did have issues with Daily Dispute not being on as much as I would like. And like hands where you have like 2 free drops are really not so good, but does make sense. Yeah, I mean you can answer shoulder with Fotsis too. Like I've been doing that. But I mean it's fine. It's probably fine. You have Glare, Grasp, Duress ×1. Okay, makes sense. Then this is drawed. Mono white. -4 Fotsis makes sure I go Grasp, Volley, K command. Fine. Do people in mono white play Raiden anymore? I would think they don't play Raiden anymore. They printed enough new cards that Raiden seems pretty shit, but that was always a little bit of a worry with mono white. It's funny, mono white deck. Mono white humans. Why is Annihilating Glare better than Eaten Alive? I like Eaten Alive more, but Eaten Alive just sacrifices only a creature on your end, while Glare can sacrifice an artifact too. Alright, like 1 right there in this list. Let's look at this too. Just how popular Raiden is. 2 and 55% of the decks, so she's like not very popular. So yeah, I think I'm fine with 1 Colagon, but I would board 2 if I had to. Blue-white control, cut, push, claim, intuitive. Of course, can change depending on the list. You have Glare, Noxious Grasp, Obnoxious, Duress. Okay. You bring Colagon versus Control as a value card, I see. This is Greasefang Colagon to remove vehicles, Rending Volley, Noxious Grasp, Hairs. You have Hairs against Greasefang, Gearhulk, Phoenix, makes sense. Neoform. What's that? Rona combo. Convoke, you get Claim and Croxa because you have Grasp, Volley. Call against command. Call against command, I guess. That has not crossed my mind, but maybe it's fine. Sounds like just about fine. I guess you can kill a token and a 2/2 for 3 mana. Well, yeah. But yeah, not a fan of claim. I guess if they have Throne of the God Pharaohs, then Kolaghan's command is coming in, bros. For sure. We've got 2 Duress against Phoenix, 2 Hairs, cutting Croxa against Phoenix. Is that a typo? Croxa, one of the best cards ever against Phoenix, I think. So I heavily disagree on that. I'll be cutting all my claims and maybe push, even depends like what people do. If they have shredders and they keep them, then probably just have 4 push. If they have drakes, then 2. I just play against Yendrek this weekend, and Yendrek always cuts all of his creatures, so I cut 2 pushes against him. But he also played a Thing in the Ice list, and Thing in the Ice is pretty bad against Sacrifice for the most part, and it's really vulnerable to the effects, so you can expect them to board it down pretty reliably. And then you don't need your removal. And push comes to shove, like you can, yes, technically just block it with Cauldron Familiar Oven if you have that assembled forever. And but I was certainly not gonna be cutting Crocs against Phoenix. Enigmatic fail push. Lucky Witness makes sense. Claims for the goblins. This is what I struggle with a little bit. The claims versus pushes when like I play against a deck that has no good cards to kill, but they have the Fable only, like as their only cheap creature target. I tend to keep pushes in that spot, but I could see keeping claim being maybe more flexible, as you can claim your own creatures for surprise lethal. Which I never do, but allegedly you can do that, I know about it. And it's a bit of a higher upside if you steal the goblin token and can do something funny with it. Lucky Witness coming out a lot, it seems. I guess I tend to keep push against creativity when they also have the shark tokens. That's what I mostly do. As Neoform, we've got to get claims, Fotzies. No, push, you don't get Fotzies, of course. Claim, Unlucky Witness. Rains, yeah. Hairs, yeah. Glare, yeah. Noxious Grasp, yeah. Duress, yeah, it makes perfect sense. Suzrona, I'm not sure how good Hairs is against Rona. Pretty hard for me to evaluate because they don't. It's probably okay. Not expecting to really play against Rona and at the RC like either, so. I guess if they're a dig deck, then it has to be pretty okay. If they're at the Karn deck, then probably significantly worse. Good versus Tyvar and Jace are in. Yeah, I guess if they play Jace too, you can stop Jace. Yes, Tyvar, you can like they can mill over the Irona that so they like they hit, they don't target with Tyvar, so they will get value still often, but not always. Still makes them worse off. Combo creativity for push cards. You keep claims, yeah. So I'll probably go for a split. 3 witness card. 2 rains. Really? They cut Xenagos? This is like a common strat? Do people do that? Obis Nixilis, Duress. Congrats on the RCQ win, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess double worm, yeah, for sure. Makes sense. I mulligan a lot depending on the matchup. Yeah, makes sense. I do that too. Convoke's a fine matchup, I agree. K command X2 was great every time I brought it in. Could trim 1, but I don't think 2 is absolutely necessary. I think it's a very flexible card that can be clunky versus aggro. I really like K command too. What I don't like about K command is that it costs free mana, and I have plenty of free mana cards that are good in my deck already. So it's my only gripe with like K command, but kinda would want to play 2, honestly. But also can't really find space, so that's how it is. Noxious Gripe is a great card versus monogreen, kill enough Curas to be worth the slot in my opinion, okay. Yeah, actually seeing that the red-green decklist that won only had one boat makes me think that I'm perfectly fine with just 1k command. So against monogreen I have five cards right now. I've not been cutting Unlucky Witness. You're cutting all three. What am I cutting? No, well, this is monogreen. Croxa, Fable. I just got 2 Fable to Croxa. What do you do with your Croxa? Got it. Against Lotus, I can have a Cling to Dust as a card. I think currently the second Ob Nexulus seems like it might lose in a fight to Noxious Grasp number 1. Seeing, comparing the plans and thinking about it. But let's finish my table. So against Convoke, I do this. I could have an extra card or 2, I could not. Like, I don't mind it, I don't care. Thoughtseize is great, Claim is medium but functional. Oh. Brittany, did you run into anyone boarding my way? And if so, did it affect the outcome at all? Oh yeah, the... What is it called? Transmogrifying Wound plans. I do tend to think sometimes that monogreen would potentially be a great deck if you could get to play... Like, switch 4 elves for 4 caryatids in post-board games. Caryatid is not maybe that great. Maybe for 2 land, 2 forests and 2 caryatid or something like that. But you'd need to cut 4 powerful artifacts from your sideboard, and that just won't fly. You cannot get by without Cityscape level, a Godferal statue, Sky Sovereign, Consul Flagship, the Chainwell, Esika's Chariot, Transmogrifying 1%, Cauldron, the Stonebrain, the Filigree's Hylex, Reckoner, Bankbuster, Dumping Sphere, Pivinil, Haywire Might, Roja Vault, or Tormod Script. I did some robust analysis, and my conclusion is that you are allowed to cut up to 10 artifacts without materially affecting the win rate. Well, should just do it then. What do we got? We probably keep the Leveler, the Veil, the Cauldron, the Dumping Sphere, I guess we'll keep. That's 4. And then what, the land? Probably the land comes up like often enough. Leveler, Skybolt, Cauldron, Stonebrain, and Leveler. Yeah, I guess Chamber doesn't even matter much. TBH. It's kinda true. No, the Silex is very luxurious. I mean, if you're comfortable carrying 4 cards, I would just like play 4 Caryatids in the sideboard, or 2 Forest, 2 Caryatid. Unless there is a better 2 mana ramp spell I'm not thinking of right now, but I'm thinking of Caryatid because Caryatid used to be played in this deck. Or, I don't know, maybe like for Invasion of Ixalan? Just because it like free rolls Devotion and it's kind of... Especially they didn't even fit their Wishboard in their Wishboard. They had to extend it to their main deck. Just find it funny. They have a 16 card Wishboard. How did you perform your analysis, Bobby? How did you know that? How do you know that the chain wheel is actually relevant? TBH. Because the point between it mattering and it not mattering is actually slightly narrow. So it could be that it's not that useful. Empty geo tracker, what kind? What's that? I did use Mort, Magical and Replay Tool at some point, and I did like look at my results and games, win rates. Mostly I was just like looking at my win rates and hoping they all are above 50% so I can feel good about myself, but could probably do some good stuff with it. It came up in 138 of my last 1,518 games. I won 100% of those games that it came up. Yeah, it makes sense. MTGO Tracker is an analytics tool used to process raw data for Magic the Gathering Online. Players can import and pass log files created during online play and store resulting information into a local database for self-analysis. Damn. Gives card level wins rate stats. Damn. Alright, I'll look into that. I'm not gonna be setting it up right now, but this might be actually very cool. You have so many games, and you can probably just get like I was kind of missing that in Magic. We have like a lot of that in Hearthstone, other games. I did have Magic Online Replay Tool. Yeah, it stopped working at some point, and then the creator stopped caring to update it. But there was a streamer, Piracor, streamed mostly Bluetron and had this, and it was pretty cool. That was years ago. Yo, GG, think that was you I just played against. That's impossible. I actually wasn't playing right now. But thank you. And yeah. So gonna, I guess BLT Omnath, you're gonna keep push because of Omnath. We're gonna cut Claim the Firstborn, so that's the first thing. We're gonna keep Kroxa. I'm not sure if I want 6 duress, but maybe.
He's a phenomenal control player.
2 yes.
That's
I'm in
why
a
I
major
stopped
slump
trying
in
Invasion of
Magic and it's
Ixalan.
not fun.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I'm gonna look at my data. I don't know if I have. Yeah, I don't quite have as significant of a data set for sure for sacrifice as your is for monogreen, but I didn't want to stream time in case you were playing lol. Yeah, it wasn't me. You play against somebody else. Also, thank you. Thank you, Apeliotas TV. Major slump like in Magic and it's not fun. Well, maybe take a break. Are you allowed to do that? Maybe good. Maybe Kotek might be something that's worth looking into. Let's say we want Duress, Bankbusters, Obig, Sneak Silis, Colagon. So we want 7. We have 2 cats. That's a bit awkward. So that's another reason to cut down on Obnig Silis number 2 for Noxious Grasp. Do you turn on your tab for a cast to drink from? No, they have a little bit of a small fountain with flowing water. Wypierdol 3 witnessów wszędzie, easy, no. I mean, I like to cut down on a cat when the cat is not, at its best, because blocking is not at its best. Whoops. Feed the swarm? Very good question. Yo, PG, think it was you. I just played against, was not fun. Kinda learning the ropes of the format, so played perfectly, but still lost. Very unfun. Kinda learning the ropes of the format, so played perfectly. Funny. Funny. Alright, get to 6 cats, so. Why do I cut Crux versus Blue-White Control? I don't. Blue-White Control, keep Crux Academy Devil. Alright, let's bring only 1 obis. Or let's just remove the amount of obises down to 1. Yeah, Kling is... Well, Creativity plus Greasefang. It's actually not that low of the metagame. It's like 6% Greasefang, Creativity 7, so it does add up to 15%. But it is possible that the second Kling is questionable. Do I think setting out 1 land on the draw is reasonable strategy against Red Black Midrange, for example? Maybe, but 6 plus 7 is 15. Yeah, exactly. I just rounded up 6 to 7 and 7 to 8, so it was 15. Still have a chance to a double to run a combo? I do, yeah, maybe I should. You're right. Oh yeah, there's also the Atraxa thing, Neoform, where you can cling them too. But it's probably not gonna survive the second cling. It's good versus Chandra combo in Phoenix and Lotus in Phoenix. No, it is not good against Lotus to cling them. It's absolutely 0% chance you does anything, I think. That said, we're gonna go Tofulek. I think I have to feed the cats. I'm sorry, broskis, because Tofulek is getting nervous. Meow. Being the current euphemism. Yeah. Okay, where were we at? We were at BLT Omnav, but I was about to cut. Was about to get rid of the second Obnixilis. This blood control, the grasp is gonna come in for sure. This Lotus, I guess a Clang will for now. Or Colagons. Colagons can make them discard, shock them, I guess. It's honestly kinda close. It's pretty bad. Carrot Sugar consumes all once again, stops red black sack players. Yeah, exactly. Well put, well put. Mono green, we want the Noxious. Let's go like 1, 2. Against Convoke, we probably gonna go -1 claim for the Noxious. Whoops. Against Greasefang, we also want the Noxious. Bunkbusters. Colagons. I don't really want Bankbuster that much versus Greasefang. So yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Actually, I don't know. Let's go Witness. Witness is actually kind of poor. Doesn't block. You don't need to block. Bankbuster is awkward against. Witherbloom command, yeah. But it's probably manageable. Right, makes sense. So against BLTM we have 6 for 6. We go like Trim on the Catish Ovenish. Witness push claim. We probably don't want Noxious Grasp because it doesn't actually kill that much. I might want Eaten Alive between Eleshnorn and the powerful Monster Man T-Balt. I'm not sure if Eaten Alive is justifying itself. It might be better as a Dreadbore, honestly. Let's lean no Eaten Alive in the matchup for now because it seems kind of hard to fit. Maybe like Cat second push. Well, 1 Eaten Alive, I guess, over a second push. But yeah, it looks medium. Karuga fires. So Karuga fires. They're gonna be temporary lockdowning. Is Dreadbore side Baron Noxious Grasp? Dreadbore is. So the issue of Dreadbore is that Dreadbore is not a card against Greasefang, while Noxious Grasp is a actively great card against Greasefang. It's the decision on putting Clink to Dust over Unlicensed Hairs. Hairs seemed bad to me when I played it. Can I ask you how many lands you ran? It's 22. Sheoldred's Edict is an option, maybe, yeah. Overeaten Alive. If we're gonna have to furnace reigns. Grasp seems good in all the Eaten Alive matchups too so far. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of wanted a sacrifice outlet against Monogreen, but then I just grew up and I said I will not board out ovens. Okay, so against Keruga Fires... I don't know what to do against Keruga Fires. You probably want to do rest. Let's take a look at their deck because I don't think I fully grasp the deck. It's 11 creature 21. Okay, definitely a duress matchup. Some fucking random monsters. So honestly, they have Bone Crusher and Fable. Maybe it is a claim matchup. It's not a push matchup for sure. It's probably a Bankbuster if you because Clock and Duresses. Kling doesn't do anything. Up next is the Anniversary, probably to pressure them. Colagon seems poor. Eaten Alive seems like a removal that you could play. But not that you'd love to. Noxious Grasp seems fairly unclear. Noxious Grasp seems pretty poor. It kills still 5s, but I guess that's kinda it. I did lose to Auras this weekend. If I had a Sheoldred's Edict, I would still lose, but it's just a good card against them, technically. But Eaten Alive... let's say we put it into the deck, between like Sheoldred existing in their deck, etc. I'm probably gonna keep a cat for push. So how should it behave against a lockdown deck? Probably the answer is to trim on Unlucky Witness. Could be trimming on the ovens too. But like Witness is not translating into pressure, and Witches of Clone Familiar can more so. So maybe that is also just a bad idea to cut Familiar and Witches of over the Witnesses. We do have the Fables to dig through the cards, I think. I guess not having it is way worse. Feed the Swarm. What's the deal with Feed the Swarm? What? I want to suggest a card to answer the lockdown. No, I mean, no, I don't care. Let's put 2 Unlucky Witness here as a card, I guess, and that makes me rethink my BLT Omnav stance. But I guess it's easier to pressure with Witness than it is to pressure. It is easier to pressure with Cat Oven than it is to pressure with Witness. I should probably just look to do that. Okay, so I guess we learned something from just looking at the cards. Reigns in Keruga. Honestly, you're probably right. I don't have cast Locthwain. It seems like Reigns against random shit would be good, yeah. Let's go like this, maybe. Claim is Mead. Might have been discussed already. If claim so good in monogreen and mirror that it's still worth main decking. No, I don't want Bankbuster main deck. I don't think so. Like I ordered the decks in a way where I put the creature decks at the bottom of the list too, so that's why it appears this way so far. It's not like by popularity really expected. And the creature decks, when added up, they like you definitely want more than just 4 point removal spells in your main deck. But I'm not that's why I'm playing like 2 claims, because I don't love it as much as other people, I think. I don't think it's so otherworldly good that it's like what this deck is based around. I think Fail pushes a better card overall. But yeah, I get your question. So against the Kroga files, I'm kinda clueless, but we'll see. We'll see later. Against full creativity, 2 clings will come in. 2 duress will come in. 2 busters will come in. Obis Nixilis will come in. Eaten Alive, Collagen's command will come in. Dostawiłeś dobrą komórkę. Co? O kurwa. Good point, good point. Eaten Alive, no. Furnace Range, no. Meteor Massacre, no. Noxious Grasp, no. That puts me at 8 cards for the matchup right now. Czekaj, no. Nie, tu jest Klink, dobra. Collagen Obis, so that's 8. How common is it for them to really play Typhoons in their sideboard? I think they do have Typhoon versus me reasonably often, but it's not 100% of the decks that have it. Two Typhoons main deck. They have some Typhoon. They mostly have Typhoon. I think mostly they have pool Typhoon postboard, so that makes you want to not have Claimeroni but Pusheroni. Let's go like... Please use Dark Mode Streamer. No. Let's go like -2 push. We keep Croxa. We need more cards. So we could get easy cards by cutting Unlucky Witnesses, as the theme goes. Cutting Unlucky Witness, boarding an Ob Nixilis is kind of a weird champ move to kind of dislike that. But like if you do cut the Witnesses, you need one more card, and that is Devil, Cat, Oven. Something around those cards, probably. Then If we cat witness already, we can't cat the cauldron familiar because the dispute is too needy for that. Maybe it is like one devil cat trim. I think hands that have multiple devil are pretty bad. When the cat witness is now cat in oven? Yeah, I don't know yet. I'm thinking about it still. Cat is worse when it's not, when its blocking is not good. But it also might be the case that witness is just a worse card than that. A cantrip man. Because witness is also worse when blocking is not good. Like a cat is better at attacking than witness. Really better at dealing damage. Let's leave it as this right now. At worst, it's gonna be fucked up. Now a question is, does one keep Noxious Grasp against... does one bring Noxious Grasp against Worm Creativity? You do go Busters, Duress, Obese, Colagon. You do cut Claimeronis for sure. And to push as tradition serves. I guess the blue-red decks. The blue-red decks that don't gain life, I probably should be leading on having ovens and cut because they really struggle to stop the bleeding, to stop the constant life loss from cut oven. And they don't have life gain and just kinda adds up and they die. Against blue-white, when they do have access to some life gain, it's less likely to be this way. And the more card advantageous part of Unlucky Witness will go through. So same with BLTO now, it also has life gain. So I think that's what my inclination is, like naturally. How can you make a Google Sheet where like I can keep this in place, but I can roll those columns to get them closer towards this? There is like an option like that, but I don't know it. Anyone? Excellence. Jaka opcja? No taka, żebym sobie mógł zakotwiczyć te kolumny dwie, żeby one zawsze tutaj były w tym miejscu ekranu. Jak sobie będę przewijać, to mi zostanie z boku ekranu decklist i tak dalej. Freeze. No jak to zrobić? Widok. Widok. Zablokuj. Kolumny. Do kolumny C, tak. Widok. Zablokuj do kolumny, kurwa nie J, no. C. Nice. Mono white. Against mono white we keep witness, oven, witness cat, claim, Fotsies. We don't want to keep Fotsies. So Fotsies goes out and Croxa potentially too. What comes in is Not duress. It's colagons, it's E10, it's noxious, and those of 2 of those. So E10 is not even actually particularly good, so we probably cut E10. So we have 4, 4, 4. We keep Croxa. We can like discuss the benefits of Croxa versus E10. Probably would I have E10 than Croxa, I guess. Especially number 2. Don't want 2 Croxas against mono white. Maybe Orb is better than Croxa too. Yeah. It's also a way like the Devil's kind of meaningful. Yeah, I guess Orb is gonna go over Croxa in there. Versus Grulul. I keep blockers. I think I go -4 Fotsis. They do have some cards, like I could Fotsis Bolt, but let's say I want to go -4 Fotsis. Really, they pressure your life total, and you kind of don't want that. You kind of don't want to unpressure them. Can go Eternal Life, can go this. No, 4 Fotsis would be crazy, but of course, like, I'm just thinking like 2 Fotsis against them. Well, I can have a Furnace Range. It seems pretty shit to me. Let's say we keep 1 Fotsis. As of now, against Grulul. Instead of Dallas guy that Furnaces against them. Yeah, but it's not good, simply. I think. Maybe it's fine. Well, depends on what creatures they play. Like, let's take a look. Let's go Dreamhack Dallas. Winner, Chicken Dinner deck, Gruul Vehicles, Gruul Seekers. Yeah, Karizev would have been probably sideboardable. You board in Midhug anyways. So that's a point in favor of Karizev's expertise over. Does it automatically crew the vehicle, or do you have to crew it? Crewing an Asika's chariot is not an easy task, though, actually. Yeah, just you have to crew it. Crewing a well, it's not trivial. The issue I take with Karizevs that sucking the vehicle can be difficult. Yeah, crewing it can be difficult. I mean, you just open it if it's a creature, but yeah, it's Dispute sacrifices artifacts, so that's nice, but it is true that it's not gonna be trivial to always sacrifice the chariot, especially crew 4. It seems impossible. That is true. It's not easier to sacrifice the vehicle with furnace reins. It's actually even harder. That is true. I can just push it. Chariot? Yeah, well, but I mean, Kari's Devs is, I think, slightly better against mono green in game. Whoa, white night mode, Karizev night mode. I guess not really, it's like super light mode. But you know how good Giganta against mono green? It's not very good. But also the difference is pretty small too, yeah. One red is also... It's not often that's gonna be an issue. I have 6 swamps in my deck and the pathways that I tend to put on black. 15 red, but some of them are pathways. Yeah, let's play Varens Reigns. Against Spirits. Spirits, Fotsies is okay. Unlucky Witness doesn't really block. Duress against Spirits, no. Collagen, no. Eaten Alive, no. Noxious Grasp, I guess. I mean, well... I'm gonna put like one Noxious Grasp into my deck against Spirits, and people are gonna board them against Mono Blue, and I will feel bad when I see that. But of course I don't mean that. Let's go Eaten Alive, I guess, and we're gonna cut the Croxa. Seems pretty impossible to be good against Spirits. Against Phoenix, we definitely want one. Alright, Mechanastics, good. That will make a person think, and now that's a good idea. So against Phoenix. Nazywałeś suma, no nie mogę. To jest trudno, ktoś będzie miał popsuty dzień. Okay, I have a solution. It's so wide now. It looks unappealing. Against Phoenix, I will probably will cling. I will Duress, I will Bank Blast. I probably will not Adversary. I will not Kekomon, I will not Eaten Alive, I will not Furnish Reigns, I will not Mituk Masculine, I will not Noxious Grass. So I have 6 cards to bring. I will cut Claims the Firstborns. OMG, I crush Ragnos Sack all day, please play it! Tongue sticking out emoji. Okay. So against a blue-red deck, let's keep the familiar Oven because of how strong we determined that is against the blue-red no life gain decks. Let's go like 1 push card, 2 witness card, maybe like harvester card. They tend to bring in sweepers too, I think, against you. I think harvester is kind of actually on the weakish side. -11 unlucky witness, yeah. Out Croxa. Bros, no, what the heck is that? Like, Croxa is so good against Phoenix. Have you never played Phoenix? Carrying claims and shipping can push T. Now I'm gonna keep things and crash you. Yeah, or you're gonna get chum blocked by a Cauldron Familiar infinite times. We'll see. But that certainly depends on your opponent's sideboard too. Like Yandrek had Saheelis too, and he brought 3 Saheelis against me. I don't want to have 4 fail push against 3 Saheelis, so I got 2 pushes against him actually. Just bring in Hook. I guess. I mean, I think Meat Hook Massacre honestly is not that bad against Phoenix because it just sits there and pings them and kind of adds up. Remind me who RCQ Finals. No Jędrek, no. Kto wygrał? No ja. Siley is very good against Sacrifice. Yeah, sure. May I point out that thing yes is great against Croxa? It's not too bad, yeah, but you just replay Croxa to discard again. Then you have a 7-8 no cards. Alright, so looking at this, what are the cards that appear the least? Obnixilis enters reasonably often, but I think I'll just keep playing one. I bring Bankbuster a lot. I bring Duress a lot. I bring Ring to the sparingly. I did not include the Neoform deck in the tab. Against Phoenix is not particularly good either. Grasp seems actually okay. Eaten Alive comes against the creature decks, but it's not actually all that great here. Like I put it against decks, but I don't really love that. Finals range is super narrow, but it's fine. It's not super narrow once again because it's by presence, not by the amount of matchups, of course. And green is gonna be like solid presence. Yeah, exactly, Chris. That's what I'm saying. I corrected myself. So the changes I could see making. Is rethinking the Cling to Dust. Maybe I should color like matchups where my cards suck somehow. Because there is a few points where I bring a card and it kinda sucks. So it's like Eaten Alive kinda sucks against Mono White Gruul and Blue Eyed Spirits, I think. And Cling kinda sucks against Phoenix. The Meathook Massacre has brought a good amount. I like it. Oh, I probably won it against Spirits. Why don't I want it against Spirits? What about swapping a Duress for a Go Blank and give you back one Graveyard Hate slot? No, I'm not playing Go Blank ever again. Go Blank is just way too bad of a card. It's only good against Phoenix. It's only an actually good card against Phoenix. It's not a Graveyard Hate card that really does anything against Gearhulk Creativity or Greasefang, which are the two other Graveyard decks. What I could do is I could swap one of the Clinks for a K command, and I will not be too unhappy to play a K command against both Gearhulk and any flavor of creativity. I never really understood why people play Go Blank. Card always felt really bad. It is very strong at stopping your opponent from playing Chaining Delve spells. That is true. But that's the only good thing about it. It's way too bad against creativity or Greasefang, like, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I could swap a Clink for a second K command, then I can get the freedom to cut Eaten Alive, maybe. I don't really think I want a second Obnixilis just based on the curve in the matchups and all that stuff, but maybe I want a second Obnixilis. I don't know. What do you think, chat? I'll play one Kling because it's really sneaky and nice, but I will not play the second one based on how this looked. So let's go the K command swap. Let's go Noxious. Grasp. This is where we would be at right now. Chat thinks you should play it on a combo. I see. And the last contentious cards is Eaten Alive. I think it supplements the Furnace range pretty okay though, so maybe just out of respect of mono green is let's keep it because it also fills out the slots and gives you like a medium but acceptable answer in many matchups. On the fringes. It can work against a creature deck. Should I bring Meathook Massacre against Spirits, chat? What do you think? What's the wording on Mausoleum Wanderer? Just it's not a sorcery, right? It's not non-creature. Yeah. So Meathook, I can just resolve it sometimes. Probably should bring it then. Meathook. It's got 2 witness because it doesn't block. Eaten Alive exiles. So it is nice against mono greens cards. Just got 2K command, 1 Clang. Rocks! And go K command. Let's go 2 versus Rakdos because it's nice. 2 in the mirror. Don't care, don't. 2 versus Greasefang, only 1 Clang, 1 Clang. Just BLT Omnav 2K commands, probably. 2 versus Creativity, 2 versus Mono White. 2 versus Gruul. My sacrifice Spirit and Boros Sagra feels like a heads up move. Heads up equals good? Yeah. So now we need to cut another card versus Fragda, so it's like cut an extra Harvester. And versus Mono Green we have the same amount of cards. Versus Mirror we need to cut an extra cards. Probably cut an extra Font Sizer. Keep 2 Font Sizer. And this matches. BLT Omnav, we go to... We need an extra card. K command also against the Fable decks is actually pretty nice at times. And this is like the Fable Bankbuster matchup. Yeah, I like that. And also K command, I liked it a lot against Rakdos midrange. Can this song be exempt from song skipping on the basis that it still damages you even if you block it? That is so funny. This is literally so funny. It's got an extra witness. Or maybe one Mayhem Devil. Whoops. I guess Karuga fires, we are okay. Don't want Colagons here, allegedly. Guess Hull Creativity, we changed a Clink for Colagons, okay. Guess Worm Creativity, we need to cut another card. So we cut the Witness, yeah. Guess Mono White, we need to cut another card to bring those so we can cut Eaten Alive. Or Obis Nixilis. Probably Obis Nixilis is gonna get cut. Against Gruul, we get to cut the 4 Fotzies. Yeah, okay, I like that. So we spend, I don't know how many we spent 3.5 hours looking at the sideboard table and filling it out. But I feel like I got some clarity. And in my view, and we switched one card. We swapped one card, I guess, in the deck list, so the numbers, the mapping makes more sense. I like that. Ej, Alan, masz Colagans z Commander? Może pożyczyć? Bo ja nie mam drugiego. I Klinga. Pewnie Jędrzej ma. Jędrzeja zapytam. Obie te karty. Alright, so you can also... Like, most people don't play 2 Croxas. I'm pretty sure I want to play 2 Croxas. It just makes the deck so much more robust, more good at being a deck that plays well. I think more cohesive, more like powerful. I am happy playing 4 Manlands, activate them often enough. I've seen people suggest or play Castle Lock Twain. I think it's not terrible, but I think I'll stick to Takenuma. I actually do use it sparingly. Sockens on Mountain Good. 3 Black Cliff Cleave, 1 Springs. You almost never take damage from this, so I don't mind this. But don't want to have like 8 tap lands. It's fine to have 3 Clefs and 4 fast lands in this deck still, because everything is so cheap, I think. But could go to 2 Cliffs and play like a second Sulfur Springs if I was afraid of that. I don't have Graveyard Hate, so I may be bad against dedicated Graveyard decks or whatnot, but no such thing exists, so that's not worrisome. So you're going to your hometown. If you live in Athens, then yes. What about Phyrexian Tower as a lane and a sack outlet? I would play Phyrexian Tower, but it is not a card you can play in Pioneer. It's not Pioneer legal. A deck? No, that's not the link I wanted to have. Why did it give me this link? My decks. Are you gonna run a league with it? I'm not gonna play full league. Maybe I'll play 1 match. What about Dark Ritual? Yeah, what about it? Dostępni. Dostęp ograniczony. Kursor mający link. Przeglądający, tak. Kopiuj link, gotowe. And you go to the Discord. And you go... And I'm posting in the Discord. So I have time to play like 1 or 2 matches. After that I have to run some errands before I travel to Athens tomorrow. So we're gonna play 1 match, chat. Or 2. We'll see. If it goes fizz quickly, we're gonna play 2. Fire Tower Unlucky Witness does sound okay. I'll get kinda, because it's like sacrifice it to get the mana, but you have to play the card immediately, and it might be kind of an awkward timing, and you already tapped your land. That's probably fine. They managed to find an affordable place to stay. I think my place was pretty affordable. I don't remember the price on it exactly, but it was pretty affordable. We are staying at the east coast, near the airport, not near the main city. You're gonna play 1 match and it will feel bad and you'll want to switch. I know, but I will not switch. I'll just stay. TBH, they made a pretty bad choice for the venue. Well, inconvenient for sure for many, but yeah, I guess bad. All right, let's go. I'm living in the city center and I have to pay 15 euros tickets to go to the venue. Yeah. That's certainly a bit annoying. I'm coming on Tuesday. And I wanted to, go see some stuff. But it's gonna... I'm not sure how will I get to... I'm not sure how will I get to the city center. Yet. On the days I would like to do something. Consider actually playing as Phoenix. Alright. Let's go. You are not renting a car? We were supposed to, but we forgot. We can still rent the car, or we could not do. we could not rent it, so still an option. I think I play Fable here. They can get a connive, discard a phoenix, that is fine. I'm also deadly afraid of driving in foreign countries for some reason. It just makes me stressed, the idea of that. So I would kind of like not to rent it, but I mean, I should not be a little bitch and rent it, if that's the good option. And the only other people in our group who drive do the same thing. No zajebiście Shredder Fable'a, nie? Super wyjebał. Oh, this guy took crypts. We can miss Elandra, but that's fine. Let's push Ledger Shredder. Let's kill Goblin. Let's draw 2. Let's play Swamp. Just a heads up that driving in Athens is pretty crazy. Yeah, I thought I've heard something about that, which makes me, you know, a bit less excited. Shredder and creativity. Yeah, it's Shredder and creativity. Lightning Axe. Have you tested Volder and Trailseeker and Ragdoll Sack? No. I'm not interested. You could push the Phoenix. Let's not do that though. I might not have much option. Let's use my Takenuma, mill the cats. And pressure them. This should be easy, should it? Don't have Graveyard Hate. Discard bottom with opt, and they're casting an axe on my harvester. Okay. So you have 2 cards. Can we do anything funny claiming the reflection? Not really, huh? I don't think we can do anything funny. We can like make the floating copies of reflections. But I don't think it's worthwhile. Try the course worse than Fable? I think so. You discard Charter Course here? I think I'll let them live, have the Phoenix live, discard the Fable just for like... I don't know. Maybe I should push the Phoenix. Once they try to copy. They will draw 2 with this to get to attack. Maybe I can do this. Interesting. Well, that's good. No kurwa mać, no ja pierdolę. They may have Spell Pierce. No, they had a Shadow Course in hand. It's just like snap, cruise, you know. Very fast cast too. No attack. This is game 1, yeah.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Kurwa is a swear word. You say that when you are mad. It's like it means more than that. No attacks, no blocks, Phoenix, nice. Why no copy the token? No copy Hive. If I copy Hive, I get a tapped land. I am copying Unlucky Witness. If I copy the token, I don't even get to attack with the Hive, so that would be like not even possible. Yeah, but why not copy Hive? Because I didn't feel like... Jezus, no. Co ty odpierdalasz, przeciwniku? Spokój się. Well... So I'll have 4 pushes against that opponent. I'll have the Duress. And I'll have the Bankbuster. And I will not have Claimeronis. I probably will not have Meathook Massacre. It does not seem to add up to me. And I'll cut a Harvester and a this copy of this. And I'll resubmit. The Cling I forgot to bring, but I don't think it's been good. If you see a commander account on your Twitter feed, do you mute on side, or at that point does it annoy you? I don't follow people on Twitter, so I don't know. What does the Cyborg Guide say? It doesn't. We skipped that matchup. lead on Owen. So I thought Thoughtseize is better. I guess it's bad for my mana. Or I'll play Pots Harvest on 2 anyways. Alright, I want to play Fable on 3 and I want to take their Fables, so I'm gonna seize Thoughts. A Braid, Arclight Sphinx, Charlie Course, Fable, Axe. Does it take Fable or does it take Charge? It's probably take Fable. Abrade? No, it's not Abrade. Like, if they spend 2 mana on Abrade, it's fine. It's a medium trade. Singing in the shower. Shower. Let's bring the cat back to attack them. We go Fabua. It's fine. We have those 4 cards. Discard those 2. I probably want to discard the mountain to dig to something. Island, chart a course. Land fast, why? Discard Phoenix, Impulse, Cantrip, okay. Phoenix returned. 2 Phoenixes. They consider a Phoenix? No. So yeah, Vents, Axe. This is not good, bros. Phoenix I have to dodge. Phoenix you have to dodge. O, zajebiście, kurwa, zajebiście. Świetnie. Nice cyber mapping. Well, Phoenix we have to dodge. We know that. I won't play against Phoenix at the RC. So like I know that, right? And I mapped that out. So it's all known. Why they kill Harvester? I don't know. Maybe it's a good decision. In essence, it will be different, bro. It will. It will. It's gonna be different. Hey, look, Mame Devil. Doesn't quite help me. Open decklist, bro. Yeah. Open decklist. Kurwa. Ja zjebał mnie. 1 mana short. Bro, yeah, 1 mana short, bro. Alright, let's play a league match to remove the toxicity of the Phoenix match we just played. The aftertaste. Or the pre-taste. A mulligan. 2 days ago, Celestial Angels. Oh no. Outside of the map. Falls outside of the map. Once again. Multi 5 died to Angels. Shepherd Sanctuary. Game 2. Wins an RC with a bad deck, baited his entire personality and archetype for the next 6 months. I don't think it's a bad deck. I think it's a good deck actually. Oh, do you actually think it's a bad deck, or are you just shitposting? I actually think it's a bad deck. Okay, well then I can disregard you. If you were shitposting, I would also disregard you, so I guess that doesn't help. Doesn't change much, but... Jezus, no ja pierdolę, jaki kurwa czarodziej. Black Saga is meta dependent, it feels. Yeah, unlike literally any other deck ever. Well put. No, I will not want to switch. I understand like the... I'm mentally strong, bros. I'm not mentally feeble. I guess we did the thing by just bringing in one Noxious Grasp over claim. Polukranos. Mono green is fine to play. I don't hate that, but I always failed to replicate the results that people have with mono green. Unlike with Sacrifice, where you see me replicating the results, you know, just replicate them. Probably shouldn't fought turn 1, but what if they have? Probably gonna take Knight Errant. Rammstein is not the same after the allegations. Okay. Saturday morning, it's 9 a.m. in Athens. Cancer sits down, shuffles up. He won the die roll, lucky. He starts out with Forest, Elvish, Mystic, go. Sure. What are the Rammstein allegations? What happened? Or rather, what allegedly happened? That being said, despite the fact that I lost my match against a bad matchup that doesn't exist, like, I think Sacrifice is a solid deck, yeah. Sexual abuse as usual, makes sense, I guess. Oh yeah, I should have pushed. Ay, kurwa, caramba. Oh no, the allegations, they made me not push. I got distracted. Bushwalker. Athens, I'm sure you will push. I'll not be talking with the chat, so I honestly think I will push. Ile tych obrażeń tam jest? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 15, it's okay. Imagine Path of Peril instead of Meathook, it would be equally shit. No, it actually would be shit. Meathook is fine. Great draw. Question is it the best choice in an increasingly mono G meta? I don't know if the meta is increasingly mono G. But it is a bit worrisome. But it seems to have strong win rates in hands of strong players, so I like to believe I'm a strong player and I like to play it. 2 toughness. Sacking the token in the last possible moment. Well, because it triggers. Once again this way. I mean, you know this. Don't worry if you get a future match, we'll be watching and suggesting the same dumb stuff, but a spare, okay. Sure, but I will not read your comments then, but because I will not be seeing them. Suisas. To fulek. Tofu, widzę cię. Widzę, co robisz. Widzę, że tutaj zachowujesz się jakoś na dzikusa. Multi 6. Table. Table. Ah, 2 cats. Better to play cat, turn 1 and trade the attack then. Giant killer. Nice deck, bro. Can you realistically beat 4 temporary lockdown decks? Yeah, I don't think that's an issue. Like, I don't know. I don't care about lockdown. Like, my strongest cards against those matchups anyways are it draw 2 and discard spells and like shit, I can sweep offense. Wow. Cool stuff. So what, bro? What is the reason for Sacrifice being top tier again? I don't know, bro. It's just this. It's just a good deck. I don't know about again. It seems to be often played in a low meta share, but like good results. Or at least it seems so. So yeah, my answer is always has been. The meta share of the 4 temporary lockdown decks is also gonna be actually low. I remember second setup being bad versus blue-white, maybe less control. This deck is just like... This deck is like the mid-range deck. You have all the Fotsies, you have card advantage, you have the Cruxes. I don't care about blue-white. I think control is actually a good matchup for me. No cap. Like, I don't mind playing it at all. Kind of tilting that creativity plays prismatic command, which is so bad in general, but gives them game against you. Yeah, it's a bit tilting maybe. Someone posted a full Lotus combo map on Twitter. Maybe that's more up your alley. Or are you winning without Mituga anyways? Well, I currently, as it stands, I don't need anything, I think, to be advantage in this game, and I drew the devil,
20.
so... What do I think of the Lotus Blue-White deck? It sure is a deck. It looks pretty rigid and not actually all that good to me. But that's because I'm biased towards decks that play cheap cards and look smart, but of course you can Lotus Field and just play for discontinuity in your blue-white. Sure, why not? Fully timed then? No, then it's fine. Have I registered a control deck in a high-level tournament? I played Cycling Control. That was like a normal control deck that had a cycling sub-theme, Drake Haven, at a standard... The answer is no, besides that. But I played it once at World Magic Cup, was the tournament's name? RNG a phenomenal control player. The reason why it's my sub notification is because it's a funny quote, because it's actually so not true. Because I'm not actually, I never play control in tournaments. I'm not actually a phenomenal control player. Which is why that quote was funny to me, I guess, but maybe that was lost on others because it was not clear. Probably miss lethal? Possibly, yeah. I didn't count. Yeah, 12 life. And I dealt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to creatures. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it was not lethal, I don't think so. Yeah, I played Lightning Control and clearly the commentator, Simon Gorson, his job was to commentate, and he like probably has seen me around at some GPs, etc. Like he said, that probably was actually true. But he probably just thought of something that seemed true about me as a player for coverage. And he was like, yeah, he plays Lantern Control, phenomenal control player. And then that's why he said that. Is Metamorphic Alteration still bugged on Modo? No idea. I'm not sure in what way is it bugged. I think that deck is not very good. But it's pretty cool, for sure. And it's a shame that you cannot try it, I guess. I think that Elsig works in Wizards. Designs cards. It might be put back a dispute angle. Probably is. Temple Garden of Mystery. June's Mana Traces Legacy. Oh, I hope they make me commentate again. They ask me to commentate again. I will have much to say about Legacy. Well, I'm probably not gonna be commentating at all, so that's what is actually gonna happen, but yeah. I mean, I play Legacy many more times than that, and I've lost many more tournaments than I have won, but you know, true. Nice then. This is BTS? No, BTS is male. This is Neon. Yeah, super draw, fine. We're gonna get them next turn. With Giganta. Let's go. Maybe the winning play is to daily dispute the main devil, but I don't know if it's possible. Doesn't seem like it. Alright, they play a poor, so we're gonna lose. But we get to sideboard. Let's go. Clank, K command, close battle between those two. If they sideboard Morka for some reason, it could technically be a removal spell too, but I think deal 2 discard seems better than Clink. The crazy Twitter K-pop people are hilarious. 4 years ago, nuts over BTS, and anyone who says anything remotely negative about them gets utterly destroyed. Then some new group like Blackpink comes along, and overnight they're like, BTS is washed, Blackpink is the GOAT. Do you realize that sometimes you go onto the internet and you read a message from a K-pop fan and they say one thing, and then next day you go on the internet again and you read a message from a K-pop fan and they say seemingly the opposite thing, but oftentimes it's actually two different people saying those things. It's pretty easy to, I think, to have the to think like, wow, people on the internet are so crazy, they like think opposite thoughts at the same time, but you just have many people typing their thoughts on the internet. Just it's gonna happen. This is kind of sad, but with Hogak and Sack, yeah. Wait, what? No, but Canister would be one person, this scenario, and Hogak and Sack. They boarded up until there were only 40 seconds on the clock, so they're probably gonna Zakama me. They thought really hard about the best configuration to Zakama me. We go Cut, then we attack to 18, play Bangbuster, and go Croxa, Crew, attack. It's a bit too weak, I think. This looks better. Should I put back the Sockens on? The pathway. Double block might be useful actually. GG nerd. They can't win anymore. Unless they scry top, then they can. No, they scry top! Why is life so unfair? Nice draws. Skylands are certainly way too pushed. I do think Temple of Mystery is the best card in Lotus against Red Black. TBH, and I would kind of want to sideboard more. Okay, they kept Impulse. They can miss. Play Otawara. Okay. I think they're pretty dead. Oh no, the exploration put a Lotus Field into play, of course, that's what they do. But they're pretty dead still, I think. But they do have the Lotus Field that they untap with, truly. They could copy strings. Or they could just like sweep me off my feet. Okay, they get to play Chandra. How many times did you ask your paper opponents if they know what a devil is? I'm actually fairly unfunny when I play against people, and I never tell any jokes. I'm very serious. Do I activate then? Think so. I'm convinced cable producers have some secret mathematical formula for producing catchy tunes. For sure, yeah. Obviously they do. So yeah, they don't have a copied thing. They die to then. They get to pour. I think Joint Exploration looked pretty good this game. As the second cantrip, it's really good. I don't know how many does that make me want to play. Two has felt good in Lotus, yeah. Maybe it is just two. No co tam, pora na doktora? Pora na... coś tam. Okay, what now? Strings, I mean, of course. I ask stupidly. Now let's go pour. Okay. Not floating too black. You should float too black in this spot, bro. No. Oh, that's fine. Whew. I mean, I'm like acting as if they, at worst, will not Boseju my den to survive anyways. And at best, just cast a Pour again and strings with free green, free blue floating, okay. Six blue. So yeah, what we displayed here is not what's gonna happen in Athens. In Athens, it's gonna be entirely different. Just a fluke. Flukes happen, you know, every now and then, like kind of unavoidable for a fluke to fluke a little bit, but that's certainly, you know, not how it's gonna come across in Athens. So we've got a pretty nice 2-1 so far, and over the course of more rounds, the randomness will smooth out for sure. That said, thank you for watching today, and thank you for joining me on my venture onto mapping my cyborg guide. I will leave tomorrow. There will be no Athenian Vlogovski, no. Instead, I'm gonna chill for a little bit. And then play the RC2. So, traveling tomorrow. Returning from Athens on Tuesday. So, next stream is gonna be in 10 days, bros. So, i big gap. Pamiętaj o kubotach. No idę do sklepu zaraz, no. Właśnie po to idę. Stay hydrated. Enjoy the cyborg guide. In the Discord, if you're into that. Jezu, im powieka lata, no. Jakiś magnezu muszę się napierdalać. And see you.